Welcome to the podcast. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I am a divine healer, and so I help people heal physically, emotionally. And today, what we're going to be talking about is addictions. So why you're addicted and how to heal it. So first of all, let me start by saying that I, at one point, was a drug addict over 20 years ago. I was addicted to cocaine and Jack Daniels. And so I'm speaking to you from a compassionate place, and also from a place of power, that no matter where you're at right now, no matter what addiction that you're struggling with, it's not the end, and it's the beginning, and it's the gift. Because what it takes to get over that is a lot of personal power and a lot of healing, the hurt and the pain that has been caused in the past. It's healing this deep inner sadness that is within you, and to be able to heal that on the other side of it, which you can heal that if you've been pulled towards listening to this. You're here on YouTube for a reason, because there's healing that's going to occur for you here today just by listening to what it is that I have to say. So you have been suffering in some way, that there has been some kind of hurt and there has been some kind of pain, and this has always 100% of the time come from some type of past event that has happened. So when I'm working with my clients, I am always doing regression work, meaning we are following the feelings back and healing the root of the issue. Because you know, when you're like a little kid and you would ask why about things, right? We always need to know the why. 2 + 2 is 4. Well, why? Why is it 4? Show me how that works, right? We're curious and we need to know. Our mind is the same way. So if I was to just tell you, hey, you need to see this thing that happened, 20 years ago in a different perspective, and you'll just be able to heal yourself. I could just tell you that, but it's not going to have an effect, right? You have to experience it. You have to actually experience it to be able to do it. So when I'm working with my clients, first of all, I'm going to tell you why you're addicted. So you're addicted because that feeling that you get that's telling you to go and do that thing, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, a feeling comes up in your body and it tells you to go do that thing. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you could probably even think about, don't do it right now because I don't want you to go do your thing right now, but you could think about it right now, and you could physically feel that. So if you're here and you're listening to this because you want to heal an addiction, go get a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to start taking notes, because I'm going to tell you things that you can do to heal yourself. So first of all, you're going to tune into that feeling. Now that feeling is so freaking uncomfortable, and the only thing that takes it away is you giving in to that addiction. Right? I'm on track so far. You know this. So what you're going to do with your pen and your piece of paper is you're going to write down, when does that trigger come up? When does it come up? Is there a certain time of day? When you're done this, is it coupled with something else that happens? Like you get off of the phone and all with a certain person, all of a sudden you feel like you need to do this. Is it around food, with certain times you eat? Figure it out. When does the trigger start for you? Now, if this is first thing in the morning, perfect, whatever. We're just figuring out when it starts. We're just figuring it out. So next time that feeling comes up, so I want you to write down the triggers. So when you understand them, when you realize them, because you're going to realize it's correlated with that uncomfortable feeling that you get. So next time that you get that uncomfortable feeling, what were you doing? What were you thinking about that exact second that it popped up? That exact second that it popped up, what were you thinking about? What were you doing? Who were you around? What was going on? So you can truly figure out the triggers around this, okay? Now that feeling in your body that you have that is telling you to go and do that drug or that whatever it is, that feeling like, oh, I have to do it. The only thing that takes that feeling away is giving into that feeling, right? That's why you do it. Because you're trying to cope with that uncomfortable feeling. But that uncomfortable feeling is not saying, go do that drug. It actually has a different voice. But you figured out at some point that you could shut that voice up by doing that drug. And so you dampened it down, and so it worked. And so you kept doing it over and over and over and over again. And here we are. You're addicted now. Because that uncomfortable feeling was trying to say something to you, but you didn't know what it was. Because almost 100% of us walking around don't know what that feeling is, because we haven't been educated in this way. We don't know, we don't understand, and so we're not being thoughtful. We're not looking into it. We're not gaining deeper understanding because we don't even know where to look for it. So you're gaining that right now. So when that uncomfortable feeling comes up, this is what you're going to do next time that it comes up. So if you don't meditate, which maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. But if you don't, you're going to take yourself into a meditative state. How are you going to do this? Go look up a YouTube video. I got a whole bunch. Look up the Mental Cleanse series. Just go and find a video. Go take yourself into a meditation. Or even just go do a 5-minute meditation, and then at the end of it, just keep your eyes closed. That's a good way to do it. Then you got something nice to do. It'll get you into a nice state. And then you can do this work that I'm going to tell you to do. I'm sure at some point I'll make a video for you guys too that I'll actually walk you through the process. But until then, go look up a video, get yourself into a meditative state. Once you get yourself into a meditative state, then you can bring up that uncomfortable feeling. You'll be able to bring it up when you can bring it up on command when you're in theta state. So when you're in that meditative state, you can, just by thinking about that uncomfortable feeling, that need for that drug, that need for that whatever it is, you can feel that feeling. You can let that feeling come up and be present in your body when you're in that state. And when that feeling is present, then you're going to hold on to that feeling and you're going to follow it back in time to the very, very beginning of it. All the way back. How are you going to do that? You're just going to let go, and you're going to trust by taking a nice deep breath and holding on to that feeling and counting yourself from 5 to 1. You're just going to take a nice deep breath and you're going to count yourself from 5 to 1, and you're going to trust that that feeling, that uncomfortable feeling that you're following, is going to take you back to a younger, perhaps probably childhood memory. Now, whatever happens to come up there, this is the root of the issue. This is the reason for the addiction. This is why you're addicted, because this thing happened. It caused an uncomfortable feeling because it wasn't perceived honestly. Something happened. And then it perpetuated itself forward, and here we are today. So sometimes people are addicted, they're on something, and essentially, maybe it was 2 years old when they, weren't loved. Our parents not loving us properly when we're little children, or abandoning us, or things like this can cause us all kinds of problems down the line. But the thing about this is, from my spiritual perspective, it is the gift. Because you are, perhaps, if you're listening to this, perhaps you're addicted to something right now, and you will see at some point in the future, after you have healed this, that this was the gift. Because this is the thing that's going to help you to develop compassion. This is the thing that's going to give you your power, that's going to help you to be able to heal other people in the future. Because once you've healed yourself, and you've known, and you've found the way, you're going to say, hey, everybody, this is the way. And you're going to be able to lead them. It's going to make you more powerful. So this addiction that you're going through, you will see, as hard as it is, and all the hurt and the pain that you've been going through because you're in it, you will see at some point in the future that it has been a beautiful, blessed gift for you. That you went through this and that it served a purpose. Because everything does, because every single thing is from the Spirit, even addictions. Now you might say, oh, how could an addiction be from the Spirit? Well, because every single thing is from the Spirit, and every single thing benefits us. And you believe in evil, or you believe in love, and you only have a choice of those two things. And I believe in the love, so even when we are witnessing something that might appear like it is not good, there is always goodness that comes from it. Therefore, it was the goodness. So, when you find the root, when you meditate and you take yourself back and you go, oh, here's the root. What you're going to do then is you're going to take you now into that scene with younger you in your meditative state. So once you've gone back and you found the root, you're going to take you now and you're going to go and you're going to give that love to that little you that didn't get it. or that little you that wasn't treated properly, or that little you that was embarrassed, or that little you that was made fun of. Whatever happened, whatever the scene, the situation, the scenario, whatever thought it is that comes to mind, you're going to help them heal it, because you're going to take you into that scene, and you're going to be in there with little you now and little you. And you're going to love them, and you're going to hug them, and you're going to heal them, and you're going to tell them, it's okay, baby. And I'm so sorry that I've been so mean to you for such a long time. And I'm so sorry that I've blamed you for so many things that were not even your fault. And I'm sorry that I keep crapping on you every single day, and telling you that you're not good enough, and telling you that you're not deserving, and telling you that you're not worthy. And I know that that's not true. And it's just something that I've been saying, and I didn't even realize till now how much it's been harming and hurting you. And then when you tell your little self that, they're going to be real receptive to that. They're going to be like, what? Wow, I needed this. And then that feeling that you had is going to shift, and it's going to change. And then all of a sudden, you'll come out of your meditation, and you're not going to have that feeling. You're not going to have that need anymore. You're not going to feel that pull of like, oh, I need to go do that drug. That feeling will just be gone. But what you will still have is the habit of it. So the feeling, this is how we deal with the feeling when we get that craving, that craving gone. But the habit will be there. So in your meditation, you're going to visualize, you're going to envision, you're going to imagine, pretend, picture, pretend, see, feel, know, hear life being different. What are you going to replace that addiction with? You're not going to replace it with another addiction. You're going to replace it with something that is healthy and that is life-giving. So what are you going to replace all that time with? Because that's all it is. All we get is time, and you cannot get it back. So if you want to heal this today, and you want to be free tomorrow, or you want to be free later today, I would recommend doing that, because you can't get this time back. And so as you set yourself free here, you're going to notice that there's things that need to change, right? Because your whole life, if you got an addiction, has been based around that addiction. The things that you do, the clothes that you wear, the people that you interact with, the time that you spend over here or there, because it's all based around, when can I get that thing next? So that's going to change once you heal it, and once you let it go, and you've healed that hurt and that pain that was attached to it. And so when you heal that hurt and that pain, now you have all of this freed up energy. And so you must attach it to something that is going to be beneficial for you. What's going to be beneficial for you? Anything that is in divine alignment. Meaning, envision your day now where you would have normally spent that time wasting your time doing the drugs or drinking, do whatever it was that you were doing. Now I want you to think about something that you're passionate about, something that you could be real good at, something that you want to do, something that you've been putting off that you're just not doing because you say you don't have the time, when you know dang well you've got the time, but you're just not making it. And then I want you to envision all those times when you would have been engaging in that, bad habit, instead engaged in something better, something more beneficial. What are you doing? Maybe you're cleaning your house. Maybe you're washing your clothes. Maybe you're emptying out a closet. Maybe you're doing something like that. Maybe I don't know I don't know why it all comes back to cleaning. That's weird. But you'll do whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe you want to take up painting. Maybe you want to do something else. But in those times when you would have been doing that thing, you have to find something else to do. And you have to program your mind with that thing that you're going to do, so that it doesn't just go back in that habit. Because once that feeling's gone, it's going to be easy for you. It's going to be easy for you to let it go. But you got to know the why, right? Why do you want to quit? Well, you're listening to this because there's something that you want to do. There's something you wanted to accomplish, right? You wanted to quit something, some bad habit that you had. Why? Because it's harming you. That's the only reason why we make anything happen in our life, is because I can't stand this anymore, so I better do something about it. So there's something about it that you can't stand anymore, so you better do something about it. And so as you do something about it, you need to replace it. So what are you going to replace it with? Let's do something that's life-giving. Maybe you want to volunteer at a soup kitchen. Maybe you want to start doing charity. Maybe you want to start doing something good with your time instead of wasting your time. I don't know what it is. What do you want to do? Figure it out. And then whatever it is that you want to do when you're in that meditation, after you've done that healing and you've given your little self that love, you're then going to see the new way. This is what I do now. And then you do not deviate from it, and you tell yourself, I must. I must. It's the only option. I must be free. I must be free always. I must be free always. Always, I must be free. And then as you free yourself, you're going to notice that things change. Because let me tell you, that they say that there's all these You know, oh, cigarettes are addicting. No, they're not. Now, you might say, well, I'm addicted to cigarettes. I know that they're addicting. I'm telling you, darling, if you can walk into my office and you can leave and you no longer have the craving for them, they're not. That drug has not addicted you. It's not the drug. It's the mind. And it's always, always, always been the mind. But when the mind gets something and it finds a moment of relief, then the mind's going to go, oh yeah, I like that. I want that moment of relief. But when you can heal the mind so that it doesn't need that moment of relief because there's nothing that needs to be relieved, then you don't have the addiction anymore. There's nothing that we need to overcome. That feeling doesn't come up. We just don't want it. Are you sitting there at nighttime, sitting in front of the TV, eating slabs of liver? Probably not. Why? Because you're not craving it. Why? Because you don't want it. It's the same thing. As soon as you've healed that addiction, well, are you going to do it anymore? No, because you don't need it, because you don't want it. You just don't want it. Because the only reason why you do anything is because you feel like doing it, because you have this pull. And all of that is driven by your subconscious mind, which is the soul state. They call it your subconscious, but all it is getting rid of the world all around you, and it's putting yourself into your soul. Which is why when we go into this state, there's so many revelations, there's so many realizations, there's so many things that will come to you that will truly transform your life. But, people say, I can't meditate. I don't know how to meditate. Well, you know what? I'll bet if you walked into a gym for the very first time and you hadn't been in a gym, you'd also be like, I don't know how to do this. And at some point, every single person that walked into that gym, they've been in that same place too. Same place like everybody who meditates. It's like you think that they've been all born meditating. No, at some point they had to do it. It was uncomfortable. Then they started doing it, and then they got over it, and then they figured it out, and then it's part of their practice because they realize I can't live without it. It gives me my peace of mind. It helps me to connect, helps me to channel messages from the divine, and it's an important part of my life. But at some point, it was no part of my life. Just like how some people might go to the gym, pretty soon you start getting addicted to the gym, and at some point you had not gone there before until you started going there. We change things throughout our life. So whatever you're doing here, you're going to make positive changes going forward, and you're doing it for nobody else but yourself because you need to be powerful. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. And so all these things that you're going through, they are making you more powerful. I know maybe it doesn't feel that way. When you are suffering through addiction, you're like, yeah, but I want the thing and it's so hard. I wish I could just do the thing. I've been there. I've been there 1,000 freaking times in the past because I used to let go of this addiction, and now I'm going to take this one up. And then now I'm going to take this one up. And everyone who says, oh, I got an addictive personality, it's not the truth. It means you've got unhealed trauma from the past, and all we need to do is heal that trauma. And I say all we need to do like it's a simple thing. I understand. I've been working with people for a long time. I've seen a lot of people go through a lot of things. I've seen a lot of healing. And it took me myself years and years and years and years of working and peeling back the layers to heal myself in all of these ways. So I'm not expecting this to happen just like this overnight. But I am expecting that you could get rid of your addiction overnight. But all of the other things that go along with that, it's all layers. It's all just going to take some time. But what I'm going to do for you here is I'm going to give you a divine prayer. I'm going to channel this message. Oh, because this is going to be a powerful gift for you. Oh, my darlings. Whew. I'm hearing the words crying makes me stronger. So if you feel like you need to cry, it makes you stronger, darling. Oh, wow, the energy just completely shifted. Okay, 1 second here. Whenever you go back and see the troubles that transpired in the past, it brings you down below the threshold of happiness. It steals away your joy, it drains your energy, and it leaves you feeling depleted, energetically drained, and spiritually empty. This has happened, and it has been a gift. Very little of this, much, very little, makes sense to you on a cognitive level. But hearing and understanding these words, they're being received subconsciously. Whenever you go back, try and understand that to replace something in the past makes matters worse. When we replace something so that we can let go of shame or guilt, it's escaping our karma, which is needed and necessary. Similarly, between two worlds is a hard place to be. You have to choose between life and death. And when you choose life, and you begin to feel satisfied with life, you begin choosing things and deciding and making and taking different actions and speaking different words and hearing different things and exposing yourself to higher frequencies and removing the lower energies that have been now replaced with goodness. Help me to understand. Help me to make sense of this. Divine, I ask, when you go back through the meditative practice that I laid out, that the divine will gain for you deeper levels of understanding, such a deep level of understanding that if you were indecisive in the past, you let that go now. It goes both ways. Life chooses more life. Death chooses more death. Destruction chooses destruction. It feeds it. And it forces the hand of more destruction. You've been choosing destruction in your life, and you're making it worse with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. To be in the freedom that is on the other side of this, you must choose decisively. Decisiveness is needed. Right now, in this very moment, freedom is yours if you choose it. You must choose it. I can't speak and create anything for you that you do not want for yourself. Freedom is yours. Excitement is to follow when you believe in this excitement. When you believe in this freedom. Trust. The truth is, this freedom has always been yours. And when you choose wisely, it changes things for you. You must begin making better decisions. Divine, I ask that you choose to gift me with words that bring wisdom and learning to those who are listening. Would you give them the gift of being able to understand at the deepest levels that their addiction has been a gift to them, a powerful gift that they are freeing themselves of today, right now. It's already done. Thank you. wisely flows to those who are receiving this loving energy at this very moment. Goodness is working within the people who have chosen to completely remove themselves from any addictions at this moment in time. Sink down. Mentally cleanse all the way down into the deepest levels of healing within you. The beautiful love and the light begins to fill your feet and bleed up through your body. It's going to surround you, surrounding you with this great and powerful love. Sensitive energies will be able to experience and feel this right now. Choosing more meaningful words for yourself. Chaos begets chaos. Escape from the drama. No longer engage in it. Goodness is coming in. Proven methods of inner healing are coming. And they're going to surround you. I'm seeing light balls surrounding you and coming in and doing some inner healing here. This is in your body. Eliminating toxins. Clearing energies. Goodness goes a long way back too. Your purpose has now been activated. Choose wisely. Make good decisions moving forward. Thank you for your goodness. Whatever came through for you during these last couple of minutes, there were some powerful realizations that happened. They will just be cemented further and further in deeper and deeper, and you will gain deeper levels of understanding. Things may come to you in dreams for the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nights even, that will help you to release things. You've been freed. Whew, I feel like I'm freed. Ooh, okay, guys. Oh, there's this excited, like this really enjoyable energy at this moment. Oh, you are all just beautiful divine beings, beautiful souls. You matter. Oh, you matter the most. Oh, and your purpose is so important. It's just as important as everybody else's. We're all equals. Chaos from the mind. Let it go now. As you go deeper into these deeper levels of understanding over the next couple of days, things will shift within your consciousness. Specific messages might come through. I feel it's important to tell you to remember them and to write them down. These are going to help you. It's like something that you'll need later, maybe even 1 or 2 years down the road. Like, take notes. Anyways, everybody, I love you, my darlings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodness is yours. Goodness has found you here today. I love you all so very much. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to work with me, I do take on clients, and the information is always listed down below. I love you all very much, my darlings. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.